Welcome to Space World. Let's go.
Hello there. Today I'm going to be reviewing a pretty cool fan game called Rayman Redemption. I had a feeling that people have been wanting me to do this game for a while now. This is created by Ramani. I've gotten a few comments from him in my videos, and I always appreciate when he drops by. I'm not too sure if I earned the title of base, but I'll take it. Rayman Redemption was released around Rayman's 25th anniversary. It was very exciting when this first released. It was praised non-stop by many people. What do I think about Redemption? Yeah, I liked it, though I wouldn't say it's perfect. Anyways, it is a reimagining of the original Rayman, not a remake. I'm just bringing this up because it seems that a lot of people mistaken this as a remake. So from the start, it seems everything is about the same, though this time the intro is completely reanimated, and once you enter a level, bam, widescreen, the luxury. And you start out with every power, and there's no limit to how long you can helicopter. And every level is bigger, with new collectibles such as the magician's tokens, and presents that have color pieces inside. Eventually we meet up with Ploptopia, and she doesn't give you powers this time, but she does tell you to find the Totems, those weird statues. If you come across one of them, you'll free these little guys, and they'll be placed in certain parts of the levels you couldn't reach to. During the middle of chatting, we've been interrupted by Darktoon. He's pretty much gonna be your rival throughout the game. The first fight is pretty easy, then later on he'll get a little bit harder and pull off some new moves. Another addition are the shops. You can buy some goodies like upgrades and skins. You can unlock more skins if you break every present for each world. And one of these skins are references to other Rayman games. And there's even some outside of Rayman. I play Blue Rayman the most. I really like it. I'm not sure why though. You can also visit Batilla's garden. If you break a certain amount of cages, Batilla will upgrade your health. Yeah, this game is pretty generous. Another one of the things I enjoy are these gold rings that appears in Bandland. It's like the pink rings, but you can throw yourself at any direction. It's just so fun to play around with and fling yourself to the other side. And for Picture City, it has this rainbow fist power. When you use the fist on paper, it creates a rainbow platform. Really like the concept of this power. But that's not all. Dark to the side, we have some brand new bosses, like this big spider, a puddle of chocolate pudding, and a floating clown face. He's called the Chess Master. The original bosses also have new attack patterns, and Space Mama is not much of a pushover this time. She doesn't step forward like in the original, so it's a lot more easy to beat her without taking damage. And instead of entering Candy's Chateau after beating Mr. Scops, we enter a new world called Ploptopia. It's a neat world full of toys. It has race cars you can ride on, it's got robots, and oh god, a train! It even has a level that references brain games. And thankfully getting the wrong answer does not kill you. Ugh, thank god. And the boss is this weird looking fella. You can only attack him when he's on the wall. After a few hits in, you also have to beat his evil clone. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like this boss too much. Like, it wasn't hard, it was just kind of annoying. I think the Chess Master would have fit better as the main boss of this world. I'm just saying. Also, Candy's Chateau has been turned to a full world, and it has some levels taken from the Jaguar version, and some elements taken from the educational games. And of course, I can't forget about the final fight in Mr. Dark's lair. He drops 6 morph bosses on you. That's quite a bit. And you get to fight Mr. Dark himself. I like that he has some moves from the Game Boy Color, even turn into a ball form. Get out of here. But Mr. Dark is not done yet. He ran off with the Great Platoon, then heads straight to that present in the sky, and he's preparing to end all life. Well, that's not good. So when we climb up the mountain, we take off with Visit, and we gotta take down Dark Rayman in the sky. And we have one last level to do before reaching to Mr. Dark. It is swarmed with anti-tunes, and they have bigger versions as well. If you get punched by them, you'll be flying. This actually helps you to get around the area. And now we have to do one epic final fight against Mr. Dark. Not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed that he didn't say his famous quote, "You're doomed, Rayman." Still a pretty good final boss though. With Mr. Dark defeated, now we gotta escape the darkness, and the Great Platoon grant us invincibility. Okay, this is actually pretty sick. Then we landed back on Visit, and the darkness in the sky disappeared, and everyone celebrated Rayman's victory. Now that the game is beaten, there's still plenty of stuff to do. With the Magician's tokens you've been collecting, you can head off to Magician's challenges and do a bunch of time trials. whether it's reach the end of a level as quickly as possible, collect every Electoon, and boss rush, and we'll get into that soon. And for saving all the Electoons, you unlock Dark Legacy, a level based on the Game Boy Color version of Rayman, and it is very hard to get through this without getting hit. But yeah, I could just go on at this point. There's a lot of stuff you could do in this game. But yeah, Rayman Redemption is a pretty impressive fan game, and I did had a good time with it. I enjoy the references from the other ports, like the Game Boy Advance exclusive music, and the costumes, and some of the achievements were pretty fun to do. I like the impossible jump achievement, I remember that. This was definitely the anniversary gift Rayman deserved, especially since Ubisoft pretty much did nothing other than putting him as a cameo character in a Flash game. So then what are my gripes then? I think this game spoils you a little too much. Well, not to say it was too easy, but there was times where I lose interest pretty quickly, especially with the amount of lives it gives you and the upgrades you can get. By the time I got to the end, I had over 100 lives. I played through this on normal mode, and I'll never understand why some games with limited lives let you reach over 100. Like, you're not gonna get a game over anytime soon. And the health upgrades felt a little overpowered. Like, on one hand, it can be good for some hard levels and hard bosses, but on the other hand, it makes the beginning levels easy to the point where you can just damage boost through the whole thing. And the big power is turned to a temporary power, and you can't bring it over to the other levels. And if you grab another one, you get an extra hit point. And I really like the idea of this mechanic. And then I found out there's an upgrade you can buy, where getting a big P gives you 4 hit points. And I feel like that just overshadows this mechanic. Like, I just look at my lives and health, and I'm just thinking, why? Now, these are optional. In fact, you can turn off this upgrade, but Batilla's health upgrades are permanent. So if I don't want these upgrades, I basically would have to never visit Batilla. And I didn't like how big the levels are. And since Rayman has so much freedom with his movement, it feels like the levels have to be designed like a maze, so you can't do any cool skips. And because some of these worlds share similar mechanics, like the plum swings and the springs and poles you can climb on, it started to feel like a lot of the levels are blending together. By the time I beat Mr. Stones and started the next level in Blue Mountains, I just started speed throughing the levels. And when Dark Toon appeared, I completely forgot about it up to this point. So how about we take a closer look into Boss Rush? Normal Boss Rush is pretty easy. And then there's True Boss Rush. And this made me realize that there are too many bosses in this game. A lot of their attacks are way too hard to dodge. There is a few of them I can take out just fine, but then there's some that take some serious calculations to get through these without getting hit. And this is probably just a me problem, but I feel like this drummer boss is really hard to hit with just a normal fist, because I'm not so sure what the hitbox is on that spike ball he holds, so it feels like the normal fist has barely enough range to hit him. Same for the Pirate Mama fight. I feel like when you bounce on the sword, you have to throw your fist right at the peak of your jump to land a hit. So the health upgrades pretty much went from being kind of optional to pretty much needed for True Boss Rush. Now for my recordings, I wasn't able to beat it, but it's probably best if I don't spoil it for you. Otherwise, this alone makes Redemption harder to 100% compared to the original Rayman. So otherwise, I was able to 100% this game, except there was one less achievement that I couldn't do, and it's beat Dark Legacy without taking a single hit. Okay, I'll admit I cheated for this one. The only reason I did this is because getting all the achievements unlocks the HD Rayman skin. I know I don't deserve it, but hey, listen. I went through the entirety of a broken educational game. I think I can earn a pass here. I know it seems like I'm kind of nitpicking, but it's just my opinion. And hey, even despite all of that, it's still a really good fan game. I just think around the middle to the end of the game kind of dragged on a bit. And while the post content is neat and all, it's not my cup of tea. But otherwise, I can definitely say that Rayman Redemption is not the definitive version of Rayman 1. Like, I've always keep being told by people that Redemption is the definitive version of the game, and I just don't see it. Like, Rayman Redesigner over Designer, I could probably understand that. The way to make levels in Designer is very outdated, and even when you do have all the controls down, there's no real point of making levels because pretty much nobody plays the game, and the levels that people have made for it is like super hard, so you're better off just playing the levels that are included in the game. Now, Rayman Redemption over the original Rayman, not really. I mean, Redemption may look and almost play exactly like the original game, but at the end of the day, these are two different products. It's the reason I never mentioned Redemption in my first video, because I think comparing fan games just isn't fair. Redemption really is its own thing. Wait a minute, that video actually got views? Man, that video really needs a redo. Heck, when rumors of a Rayman remake start popping up, I've been seeing people say they shouldn't even bother with Rayman 1 because of Rayman Redemption. Believe me, I don't like Ubisoft as much as the next guy, but I don't think Rayman 1 should never be re-released just because a fan game exists. Fan games are fun, but they're not supposed to be replacements. Look, I'm aware Rayman 1 is a flawed game, but I don't think nerfing its difficulty to the ground or have its story be rewritten is the answer. Honestly, I feel like most of the issues could just be fixed with a simple ROM hack. I know a Rayman 1 level editor exists, but I haven't seen any major releases for it, other than a Kaizo hack. Maybe a ROM hack that takes elements from the other ports of the game, like take some stuff that made the Jaguar version easy, and the fixed level design from the PC version. Then I think it would be the best way to play the original game. It may not seem like it's much, but sometimes small changes like these is really all you need. But otherwise, I'll just stick to the Sega Saturn version. It's my favorite version of the game. I do really like Redemption, but if I'm ever going to replay it again, I'm probably not going to bother with the extra content. Ramani did a really good job on Redemption, and I do look forward to his new game, Coney. I'm not sure if I'll get it day one, but I'll definitely get it full price. And that's really all I have to say about Redemption. I know there's some things I missed, but I'm trying to make shorter videos from now on. Work has been keeping me busy. So I hope you're having a good day, and I'll see you next time.